All right, welcome to the third episode of the 1080C podcast. I'm Trevor Valentine.
I'm Sophie Ryan.
Willis Fuller. How you doing?
Yep, back again, another week. Let's do it. But yeah, today we're going to talk about guilty pleasure movies. Movies that if you said you liked, you might try to hide that a little bit. You don't want to share it over the top. So.
Right. So if Willis was Adam Sandler and the last one, I guess the equivalent would be.
Bro, I like Click.
Shut.
It's one of his better movies. I'm not gonna lie.
I wasn't even trying to do a tie-in. I was just trying to if we had a guess for this one, whereas the last one would be Adam Sandler. This one, it should be I don't know.
Yeah, George Clooney. From the hit movie Batman and Robin. There we go.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
That'll work. What else? I can't think of any fun movies.
Oh, who's the actress who's super coked out and she starred in all of the Sharknado movies?
I have no idea.
Well, I'd like to have her as our special guest for this episode.
That works. I don't know who she is. If you listen to the of course you listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
No disrespect. It's all in good fun.
Just put it over my name.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna have to figure that out. But so yeah, let's open the discussion. Anybody wants to go first?
Sophie, go first.
Okay. Also, it's Tara Reid. I just had to look that one up real quick. Well, I didn't want to put this one on the list, but I was talking about it, and I showed Willis it for the first time the other day, and it's Transylvania 65,000. It's so good! A fantastic movie.
It's okay. It's okay.
Have you seen it?
I have not seen it. What is it? Is it
okay,
like a horror movie?
So no. It makes fun of them, kind of. It's like these two. Hold on, let me pull up the plot synopsis.
It's imagine a Mel Gibson style. No, not Mel Gibson. Mel Brooks. Different guy.
Okay.
Different guy.
Passion of the Christ with
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum, first of all, stars in this film, so it is fantastic. But him and his partner are journalists, and they go to Transylvania to get this huge story because their boss sees this video of what they think is a Frankenstein monster. And yes, I realize that Frankenstein is the creator, not the monster. Shut the up, I know. But they get there, and then Jeff Goldblum is in love with a woman that they see on their way there, and so there's this whole love plot, and then his partner is just around trying to actually solve the mystery, and then it's just hijinks, and it's just fun, and it's from the 80s. So it's super.
It's from the 80s. So
it is
like one of those parody movies, almost kind of like a Spaceballs in a way.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, that makes sense.
And it's got every actor ever in it. It's got a lot of people.
Is there a Bill Murray cameo?
Actually, no, I don't think so.
There was a Mel Brooks cameo. I remember that. There was Kramer. Kramer's in it, which
right.
confused me so much because I didn't expect it at all. There's the principal from Ferris Bueller.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this now. That's my.
It's on Prime.
Have you
watching it tonight?
What's her name? It's the old lady from Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh, I don't watch that show, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, it's so good.
Hold on. Okay, so there's Jeff Goldblum, Joseph. It's spelled like baloney, but that cannot be that man's real last name, right? There's Ed Begley Jr., Carol Kane, Jeffrey Jones, John Biner, Gina Davis.
Gina Davis, yo. She's in Thelma and Louise, I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong here, but let me see. Now I gotta look this up because I can't can't have our viewers fact checking me in the comments. But
Also, it's Transylvania 6 5000. I always want to combine those numbers, but no, not how it works.
1985. 1985.
My recollection with this movie is I once had too many I had too many edibles, and I made an entire pan of cookies, and I ate the entire thing and sat on my couch, and I was like, I want to watch this movie. And then I woke up the next day, and I have no idea if I watched it or not.
Interesting. Yeah, so it is Gina Davis from Thelma and Louise. I'm right. Let's go. She's very good in that movie. But I guess I'll take the spotlight next. What's a movie that I like that I'm scared to tell people that I like? I mean, everybody likes Nacho Libre, so that's not really a guilty pleasure movie. What's a movie that's not? I might have to think on this for a minute. I didn't have any I could think of off top. Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. That movie it's not good. But I don't know. I'm a big Fantastic Four fan. I've been one since I was like a little kid. So I kind of like the character interactions aren't bad. It's pretty funny sometimes, but there's some really cringe in it. Like there's a scene where Reed Richards is like at a club, which is always in every 2000s superhero movie. They gotta have a scene to like some pop music and somebody dancing or whatnot. But he's like in the club, and there's a lot of sexual innuendo in the scene that went over my head as a kid, but when I rewatched it, I was like, whoa. I'm not gonna get into the details of what they say, but yeah, it's not a good movie. They made Galactus like a cloud, and that's the corniest ever. Like a cloud is killing the planet. They do got Lawrence Fishburne as the Silver Surfer, which is pretty cool.
Is it Lawrence Fishburne?
Yeah, he's the voice of the Silver Surfer. Yeah.
Bro.
I forgot that Chris Evans played the Torch in that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is that the one where they switch powers?
Yes,
too?
That is the one.
Okay.
That is the one.
I was trying to remember like the cursed things I remember about it.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Did they only do that so they could get Jessica Alba naked for like a random scene?
There's like in both of those movies, they have a scene where Jessica Alba is just like naked for no reason. And they're like, Sue, turn invisible. And I don't know why they do that. It's very strange. It's a very 2000s joke. I don't know if they would do something like that now, but I honestly would be a little disappointed.
It's like the scene in the...
Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say, it's like the scene in the live-action Scooby-Doo movie where they have, like, them swap bodies and then they're just, like, touching the boobs and whatever, like, you know.
That's a... I don't know why that was so funny in the 2000s. Like, we're going to put a dude in a girl's body. Or we're going to make a woman invisible and she's going to be naked. Oh, so funny. But I honestly would be disappointed. They have to keep, since they've done it in the first two Fantastic Four movies, I don't count the 2015 one. I haven't seen that for my own personal sanity. But they need to do that in the reboot. There needs to be an invisible woman in the middle of the city just, Sue, where are your clothes? and she has to turn invisible and run away. They have to keep the joke going.
No, they got to make it the Torch. Like,
I don't.
come on, you got to switch up those roles, man.
I feel like that's gonna. This is way off. This is off topic, but I feel like that's gonna me up because, especially growing up with those movies, like when I saw Chris Evans as Captain America, I was like, that guy's the Human Torch. That my brain a lot. And I feel like when they recast eventually, I'm gonna be like, I'm still gonna see Chris Evans. So if you can do whatever actor gets the role, just do your best Chris Evans impression, and
I mean, they recasted Michael B. Jordan.
Oh yeah,
he was Human Torch too.
We got LJ coming through.
Johnny Flynn. Dude.
So ever since I rearranged my room, she's been really curious about the backside of my desk, and it's a detriment.
Who is she?
LJ.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my guilty pleasure pick.
Is there wasn't there just like an unnecessary jet in that movie to sell toys?
Yeah, the Fantastic Car. That's actually get my nerd hat on. That's actually part of Fantastic Four lore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where in the lore? You're gonna have to justify that.
There's like a 60s comic. I don't remember which comic, but Reed makes that for some reason. He's like, we need to get around the city quicker. And they put like Dodge product placement on it.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny.
It's like the thing with the spider car that Spider-Man has. It's like,
yeah.
Dude, there's no
like
imagine having a car that like
yes.
can just
I can swing around the city, but I'd much rather drive and get caught in traffic jams. That works.
You gotta destroy the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
sure, my webs are non-biodegradable. Put toxins in the water.
What Willis, what is your pick for a guilty pleasure movie?
My number one, unironically, I think it's a good movie, is Predator 2. I think it's one of the best action movies ever made. I'm not usually I joke about this, but I'm dead serious. It's more enjoyable than 90% of any action movie I've seen. Even though the plot is insane, it takes place in a dystopian 1998 where a gang is trying to take over America and fights the cops. And so the cops are in constant shootouts and murdering gangsters. So then a predator just comes to LA to kill all the gang leaders because he thinks they're the alpha prey for him to hunt. And the whole time you got Danny Glover saying these mother my ass, and it's just
You know, I hadn't thought that I had seen it, and now as you're talking about it, I remember that this was my introduction, growing up, to the Predator series.
Yes.
So
it's okay. The only people that really returned was Alan Silvestri to do music and the two brother writers who wrote Predator. Everyone else is I'm not touching this. This is disgusting. And it's okay, keep going. Then Gary Busey pops up as the FBI leader. He's oh, we're investigating drugs and stuff, but he's actually investigating the Predator to try and capture him. And they're and constantly these two weirdos butting heads while the Predator's running around killing gang members. There's this Aztec hotel where the Brazilian or Mexican cartels are. They never explained it really well. Just having full graphic sex for some reason for 5 minutes. And it's just this is really uncomfortable. Then Jamaicans just pop in with the goofiest costumes I think I've ever seen in productions. A huge hat. Someone had a cane with a sword in it that comes in later. He tries to fight the Predator with. It's just
that. This sounds
it's just bad.
Amazing.
Yeah. A kid sees the Predator and he's want some candy. So then the Predator puts that in his voice modulation to ask it. So you get the creepy predator voice saying, "Want some candy?" Like constantly through the movie. The predator eventually says like it happens when Danny Glover punches him in the face, like off a roof. That was hilarious.
You know what this sounds like? You know when you're like a kid and you get an action figure,
Yeah.
and you just have a whole bunch of like they don't go with the set, but you just throw them in there. You're like, you might have a Spider-Man toy, but you'll have like an army dude.
Yeah.
And you just have them interact. That's exactly what this movie sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the Predator, but I also got this Jamaican dude, and I also got cop action figures. Let's just all throw them into the same movie and see what happens.
Yes. And like, I don't know if it's supposed to be like hunting the predator or like a detective story, like a noir detective where Danny Glover's just trying to discover who's murdering all these people, even though we all know it's the predator. And like, everyone has guns too. Like, there's a train scene. There's a train scene where literally every person, like, someone's about to get mugged with a knife. Then every person, like an old lady, a couple, like a pregnant lady, just pull a gun on them and like threaten them. Only so the predator.
That's what Joe Biden doesn't want for America.
I know. That's what he wants to take away from us.
Right.
He doesn't want everyone to be armed to pull a gun out on anyone. And then the predator just pops in and just tears everybody apart. It's just left, right. God, and it's so dumb, but so good.
I kind of wish, because I know Arnold Schwarzenegger did not come back. Now I'm envisioning like he gives like a Total Recall type performance where he doesn't know what the is going on, so he's running around. Who is killing all these people? That's a bad Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That was
impression.
a fan. I thought he was in the room, honestly.
It's him.
Damn, I could do voice work. Arnold, hit me up, bro. Come on, I got you. I can do ADR for you, bro. I got you. But that sounds amazing. I have to watch this now.
It's like you're basically watching Riggs from Lethal Weapon Hunt Down Predator. If you like just forget his name. And Bill Paxton is there, so I'm predicting, I have a theory that he's the ancestor of his character in Aliens. And in the future. Because he's in both these sequels. One awful, one amazing. Well, they're both amazing. I just have to say Predator 2 is awful to keep my credibility. But it's violent. It's got cool weapons. Like, it introduces the net.
See, that's what we need more of in today's action movies. Just like, I know Shane Black made the Predator reboot or whatever a while ago, and nobody went to see it. I didn't watch it, but it like I heard it was just like goofy 90s action movies, and that's the kind of stuff that I kind of want. Like, I like Mission Impossible. That is the hardest thing to explain to people because it's so goofy, but it's fun as hell for me to watch Tom Cruise try to kill himself in every movie. I don't know why. It's very fun, but I'm definitely going to have to watch Predator 2. I think I have like repressed memories of like waking up in the middle of the night. Oh, Predator 2 is on. But
you'll remember just seeing Gary Busey be crazy.
Just Gary Busey?
He's just before like he went full crazy. But also what's interesting is they got his son. What's his son's name? I forgot his.
I have no idea. Let me do a fact
son's
check
name.
on that.
Jake Busey. Busey's in Shane Black's Predator. It's Jake Busey. I remember because I watched Frighteners. He's in that.
Yeah, Jake Busey.
This is our special guest, LJ.
Oh my God.
He came in from LA, or she.
Move.
They came in straight off the plane, said they want to be on the show.
Dude, she just wants to get right on my keyboard. God, she's sticking her fur in my water, dude. What is going on?
LJ wants to be on the show.
LJ, what's your favorite guilty pleasure movie? She didn't have one.
Did I hear Cats and Dogs?
Oh, that's a banger. That is a banger, and I will stand by that. That one is fantastic. Don't
that
ever
has Jeff
come to that
Goldblum
one.
in it too, right?
It does.
Yes.
Yes, it does. That movie slaps. I remember watching it like in the 2000s. There was like a string of just random dog movies, and it was just like, yo, we're gonna have the same beagle in all these movies, just like save the world somehow. There's like that. There's like Underdog. There's just a whole bunch of them.
Beethoven.
Beethoven 5. Gotta remember the sequels.
And, Homeward Bound. Milo
Shaggy
and
Dog.
Otis.
Because of Winn-Dixie. Oh, God.
Oh, that's a good one.
Marley and Me. Owen
No, we
Wilson.
don't talk about that.
Wow.
Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Those okay. As a young girl, those slapped for me. I enjoyed those.
That's kind of how I feel about like Air Bud. Like they're not good, but
Air Bud.
What about the buddies? You remember the buddies?
Yeah, Snow
Air Bud's
Buddies.
Kids?
That series still going on, right? They're still making movies. They made like Super Buddies like 2 years ago.
Yeah. I feel like they kind of ran out of sports for Air Bud. Like
that's why they went to Air Buddies.
They did basketball. They did football. I think they did baseball.
Yeah.
They kind of ran out. Like what? You were gonna do Air Bud tennis?
Jousting.
Air Bud jousting? I would watch that.
He's so good.
Oh God! Imagine never mind.
What?
I will say, my next on my list would probably be. I just can't take her seriously. Would probably be the Power Rangers movie that came out. When did that come out? It came out in like 2017.
2016, 2017. I'm pretty sure.
Because the Power Rangers were like huge for me growing up. I loved them. And I will say that I watched that movie opening day in theaters, and they hadn't said, I swear to God, LJ, this is my moment. They hadn't said it's morphing time for this whole movie. And I turned to the person I was seeing the movie with, and I went, it's morphing time. And literally, not even 10 seconds later, they said it in the movie, and I burst into tears. So I will stand by this.
I think I watched that on Hulu with my mom and my little brother. And my mom was so excited to watch it too. I don't know why. She was like, come on, guys, let's watch Power Rangers. And me and my brother were like, meh. And we watched it and we thought it's a fun movie when you think about it. Like people give it a lot of for how goofy it is, but I mean, Power Rangers is goofy already. So
exactly.
That's honestly, I don't think it should have been any other way.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been worse if they had tried to take it seriously.
Like they tried to do with the these movies I have not seen for my own sanity. Once again, the Michael Bay produced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies.
Oh, the ones with the lips?
Those scare me.
No, I refuse to watch those.
The ones with the lips I have seen, and I don't remember if they're good or not.
No.
They have that guy from the 90s, the Ice Ice Baby.
I have no idea. I refuse to watch those movies for my own.
What's his name? What's his name? Ice something.
Vanilla Ice?
Oh, you're talking about the
Vanilla
90s ones.
Yeah.
With
the new ones? Those are
with the people in the suits. I love those unironically. When I went to I guess jumping in to my second pick, it would be those, because I remember I used to go to daycare and we used to have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze on VHS. And I used to love that movie so much. I loved that movie so much. I remember when burning CDs was a thing. I had Ninja Rap burned on a CD and I would just play it over and over again.
You know, I think I had Predator 2 burned as a DVD.
Yes.
That was good
Yes.
time. That was good times. Burning. I remember that. Hopping on the internet. Yeah, let me just download an illegal copy of this movie. Allegedly. Allegedly.
And then Weird Al made that song, and
Yeah. You remember those like DVD ads? Like you wouldn't steal a car, would you? Don't steal DVD.
You wouldn't download a car.
I would.
You wouldn't download a handbag. Like what? Like as a kid, those are so confusing. I was like, well, how? What is the similarity of me stealing a car and stealing
Well,
a
now
movie?
it's all arbitrary anyways because of like 3D printing. You know, I found out that you can actually 3D print a gun. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's been like a thing for a while.
okay,
Yeah.
well, I was thinking about it and I was like, huh, how does that work? So then I looked into it and you can. So like now everything is pointless because if you buy a 3D printer, you could just print yourself anything.
Yeah.
Pretty
That is
much.
true. That is very true. But yeah, 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I have seen all three of them. They changed the actress for April O'Neil. I do remember that when I watched the second one not too long ago.
Yeah.
I was a little bummed out, but I was like, it was the 90s. She was probably like, I don't want to be in this shit anymore. That movie is mad weird because like it's so 90s, but it kind of works. I like it unironically. And this is my pick. New Line Cinema. I don't think you exist anymore. That is my dream reboot. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sign me up. I'll direct that movie for free.
Like,
Please. Please.
like you get the old costumes back. Like,
Yeah, you're gonna have to scrub those though. You're gonna have to deep soak those.
oh yeah. Oh,
I like that movie. Those movies are just so fun to me because it's like there's a segment, there's like a montage in the beginning of the second one. It's just talking about pizza, and it's the Ninja Turtles narrating. It's like the best pizza in the city, and it's just mad people just eating pizza over like this news thing, and they're talking about the Foot Clan, the little ninjas running around, and it's so goofy, but it's so funny. Like I love those movies.
wasn't the original comic supposed to be like really gritty, like
Yes.
Yeah.
dark? But like your name of your comic is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, what do you expect?
I don't think it was originally either. I think that was they changed it.
Yeah, because I
As
think
well.
like I think
What, Mutant Turtles? That's still kind of.
I just think that's such a like they had to be on some type of substances.
Mutant
Like,
Ninja Turtles.
I'm
You-
sure.
You do not
Serious,
just
promise,
wake
bro.
up and like, bro, what
Yeah, it's
if
like a Frank Miller. Oh,
Yo, what if some ooze got into the sewer and
Hey,
some
did you-
turtles were in there?
Okay. To be fair, it is the same ooze that turned Daredevil into Daredevil. So I know
Oh yeah, that is true. Holy forgot about
Oh,
that.
the perfect segue to the Daredevil movie that we can talk about.
Oh yeah, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Gardner, Michael Clark
Jennifer Garner's in
Duncan.
that one?
Yes, she's
Mhm.
Elektra.
She gets her own movie later.
Yeah, I
Oh,
barely
and that's not a
remember that.
guilty pleasure. That one's just bad.
I think I've
Oh
seen
my
that
God.
movie one time, and I was like, "This is not good." You know, a kid like as a kid, you'll kind of watch anything. You know, a movie's bad
Yeah.
when you just never want to watch it again, and that's how Elektra was. I watched Daredevil too many times. I'm not proud of it, but
Bro.
it's not good. Like they have John Favreau in the movie, which is funny as hell. He's kind of like a dick in the movie. There's a scene where they're in a coffee shop and like your friend is blind. Why are you putting mustard in your friend's coffee, bro? Like, damn, you're a piece of oh, good times.
I do love Colin Farrell's Bullseye because he looks like coked out of his mind the entire production. of just going insane. Like the first scene he's in, he murders a lady with a peanut.
Yeah.
Like he does that flick thing, and he's like the whole movie, he's like super weird. He's like bullseye, and he keeps touching his head. He's like,
the lady is like,
but like, calm down.
The lady is like coughing on the plane, and he's like, I'm tired of this. And kills her with a peanut, and then the stewardess comes over and doesn't even know, because the lady passed out. She doesn't even notice. He's like, can I help you with anything, sir? And he says it in the most Irish accent ever, like, can I get some more peanuts? And it's the funny. I don't get it. Sophie, have you seen the 2003 Daredevil with Ben Affleck?
It's been a very long time.
I remember watching it. I think I watched it like a few months ago. I don't know why. I had to be bored. But it's so funny. Like, it has like bad pop music in it. Like, there's Evanescence music and like 3 Days of Grace. It's some slaps.
Superhero
but
movies should.
I agree.
Imagine if in Avengers Endgame, like as like Thanos was snapping, we just had like some like A Day to Remember. So that would send it to the next fucking level. Are you kidding me? That's what we're missing in movies these days.
Head.
We need that. That's just like Mission Impossible 2 is scored by Limp Bizkit.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Yes. The fucking intro is played by Limp Bizkit in the movie, and Tom Cruise has a pair of sunglasses that he throws at the screen, and then they explode as the title pops up. Oh God.
I think that's the best thing I've ever heard.
But they need to bring that back. You're right. That's what's missing from today's action movies. Instead of like,
I watched Tusk because back when it came out, I heard that Gerard Way, former lead singer of My Chemical Romance, had a song in it. So I sat through that whole movie, and then his song was in the credits.
Oh man.
And I was just.
I don't think I sat through a movie to hear a song, but there's some slappers at the end of like early 2000s superhero movies, like Spider-Man 3. I think it has like an Arcade Fire song at the end of it. It slaps. I remember being a kid and being like, "Yo, okay, this bangs a little bit."
You used to want to hang out and at the the credits because there was like a banger at the end.
Yeah, oh, go ahead.
I think Space Jam takes the credit for the best end song because it's just written for it, and I could probably sing it from heart.
Space Jam 2. Oh my! I was talking to my mom about this. I'm so hyped for that movie. I've been waiting for that forever. Comes out on July 17th. I'm pretty sure.
To like the folk storytelling of Space Jam, where someone made an entire album telling the story as like a folk singer. No, it's by Sledding by Tigers. I listen to it a lot because it's genuinely funny. They have like a song about how sad Bill Murray is because Michael Jordan says he can't play basketball because he's short and white and old.
Damn.
And like the woes of life. Danny DeVito's in that movie. I always forget.
Newman from Seinfeld is in that movie. What kind of
How iconic is it that anybody who is in Seinfeld is only known by their character in Seinfeld's name and not like by their actual name?
Yeah, I think
sorry, I was just thinking about it because we said Kramer earlier when we were talking about him.
Yeah, and Michael Richards.
We need I forget the guy's name who plays George from Seinfeld. Jason Alexander.
No.
I think that's it.
What was I thinking of?
Yeah, but we need.
That's his last name.
We need him.
That was what I was thinking of.
We need Jason Alexander in Super, and he needs to be in Space Jam 2 just cause. Just put him in there. Have LeBron talk
He's
to.
not doing anything. Like
Is
Exactly. He's not doing.
What has he done?
I know.
He was on Community that one time.
On Community, people were asking for him to be Uncle Ben in the MCU Spider-Man movies, and I would love. But
It'd be
of course,
really funny.
him and Marissa Tomei, that would be perfect. That's like your perfect like Italian auntie and uncle right there. You know, just hit it right hit it right out of the park. You know, that would be perfect. Of course, they're not going to do that because, you know, reasons.
You'd have to get ripped like every other MCU character. He used to have a sick pack.
You get cast. And
Oh, I wish I
What?
hadn't looked at his IMDb.
what? What's on
He's
it?
he's in Young Sheldon.
Oh,
That's what he's doing now.
damn, rip.
He's in Orville too.
Young Sheldon.
Harley Quinn. I think he just does whatever.
I think he's doing just like a bunch of TV show voices.
Space Jam 2, though. I'm so hyped for that movie. I have no
Is
idea.
Space Jam an actually good movie?
I think so.
I feel like it's like technology. The technology is cool enough to where it kind of like Michael Jordan's not a good actor. But you're not there to see him act. You're here to see him dunk a basketball and talk to Bugs Bunny. That's all I'm here to see. Also, weird side note, what the is up with these like kids movies and like them being so horny in the animating room? Like, why does Lola Bunny look like that, man? Like Jessica Rabbit, come on, like, bro. As a kid, I was like, why, bro? Like, this is doing something to me, and I shouldn't be thinking about this. Like,
I don't want to say I relate, but like I know what you're saying. Like, you just remember it your whole life, and it's cursed.
You see how LJ is looking at you
Like-
both like, with disgust? That's how I feel right now.
It's like, you know, the Scooby-Doo movie too, that we were talking about earlier, and like all the superhero movies. Those are for kids, but like they make them really sexualized.
like,
You gotta have a couple of jokes in there for the adults who get dragged along to the movies.
Not like boob jokes.
like as a kid,
Like when you're sitting next to your kid, that's not going to be funny.
Well, you know, I saw Midsummer in theaters with my father. So during that very fun, very long sex scene, I just had to sit next to my father and just sit there.
I actually, speaking of which, when I watched that movie on Amazon Prime, you know, I watch my movies in the living room because nobody uses that TV. But my mom, of course, she walked in right as that scene was starting, and I had to explain, like, "Oh yeah, mom, it's just a movie. I'm not watching any like porn or anything." She was like, "Oh, I know. You're just watching one of your weird movies. That's okay." And I was like, "All right." My mom has caught me watching some weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like, have you guys seen Nocturnal Animals with Amy Adams? The intro to that movie, and it's just like the naked people just standing around for the art exhibit. My mom, she always walks in at the worst possible times. Like that is on the screen, and I gotta explain. I feel like I have to explain myself.
That just gets it worse, man.
I think I watched The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and my mom came in like in the middle of this like sex scene, and I was like, now I gotta like, but yeah. Back to what I was saying about Space Jam. Lola Bunny should not be looking at sexualized, man. Jeez. Like, chill out. Like, and they talk about this is way off topic. They're like, how did people become furries and like that?
Stop. No.
You're not.
Okay.
You're not wrong. Her Lola Bunny, is that her name?
Yeah.
Like, she's done some cursed things for society. The same as like Roger Rabbit.
They're gonna kick us off the SGTV news channel if I keep talking about this.
Furries.
But
it's just a guilty pleasure. I'm just saying.
Space Jam is not a. I need to get Space Jam on Blu-ray now that we're talking about it. I need that movie in my collection. I just need it just to watch. I think it's a very entertaining movie. It's not that good, but it's funny as hell. So it works. I hope Space Jam 2, it doesn't have to be good. It just has to be as entertaining.
I hope that it fills the hole that I had in my heart until I saw Bill and Ted 3.
It's a good comparison because
they just got to go crazy with it. Like get all your writers, give them like a pound of Coke and like.
Yeah, honestly, can I talk about Bill and Ted? That's so good. When I went home this past weekend, I was talking to my dad, and he was like, "Oh, what's your next podcast episode on?" And I told him, and he was like, "Oh, you're gonna talk about Bill and Ted?" I was like, "No, that's a genuinely good movie. What do you mean?"
It's really good.
Both of them.
The second one, the third one,
bro. The second one's better than the first. What are you talking about?
Shut your mouth.
The second one's
Bogus
the best
Journey better than
Bogus
Excellent
Journey. Dude, the production value is insane. They literally like go to hell and like run around in chambers. Like it's so
You know
weird.
what they do in the third one? That?
Yeah, because they did it in the second one and it was so cool. But like it's still the same people. It's just like there's like Robo Ted and Robo Bill just fighting each other.
That coronavirus is a thing and it's denied me the experience of being able to see Bill and Ted 3 in theaters.
Yeah.
I would have SGTV, turn your ears up. I would have in theaters. It would have been a godsend to me.
I would have
because like
whoa.
Oh, right. But like Bill and Ted was like so important to me growing up. When I watched that movie, and like spoilers, I suppose. But like the main characters are Bill and Ted's daughters, and like I was like, I literally am like the way that their daughters act is literally just like how I am, and I was like, yeah, this is for me.
Representation.
Right.
I feel that.
Tell me when I'm good to come back.
Oh, you're good now.
Okay.
But Bill and Ted is really. I don't remember how I got. Actually, I do remember because my mom used to work at Charter, and I had on demand, and I don't know why it was fun for me as a kid to just watch as many 80s movies as I could, like Ghostbusters, Stripes, Police Academy, and Bill and Ted was in that group. And I always liked Bill and Ted a whole lot. And when I heard they were making a third one, I was like, yo, finally, I've been asking for this for years. Aren't they making that Ghostbusters sequel? This is way off topic.
It's been already made. They're just like, yeah, they already made it. They're just waiting to like release it.
Isn't there like a kid from Stranger Things in it, I think?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Finn Wolfhard?
Yeah. Damn. Coronavirus strikes again, denying me that pleasure.
It'll come out eventually, I'm sure.
Speaking of like weird stuff, have y'all watched like much of Alex Winter stuff before Bill and Ted?
Mm-mm.
Like his MTV show, and like he's just a weird dude.
Seen it.
Like he basically defined 90s MTV because of his show. It was just like weird slapstick, like uncomfortable humor for like one of the times he was like being introduced, he like got pulled out of a car and repeatedly stabbed. He's like, "Hi, I'm Alex Winter and welcome to MTV." And there was this movie Freaked, which is free on YouTube, which I highly recommend if you like weird like puppetry, because it's insane. That's another guilty pleasure. of just
We
like,
should talk about guilty pleasure TV, honestly, because that's an entirely different rabbit hole.
Yeah.
bro,
Because
that's
like
too
when
much.
you said freaked, my mind immediately went to Mind Freak, which way back when I was a kid.
Mind Freak.
It's been a
Man.
while since I've said those words, and now I'm pretty excited about it.
I feel like my guilty pleasure, if I had to pick like TV shows, it would just be like weird as hell cartoons that I used to watch. Like Fanboy and Chum Chum. That show is so
Oh.
garbage. But
That-
it is so that made me and my brother laugh. I don't know why. It's not good. But
It's so uncomfortable.
it's just like it's like a gross kids show, but Mr.
Right.
Meaty. Mr. Meaty, which is the weirdest name for a kids show, by the way. Definitely need Nickelodeon was wilding with that title, but it's like puppets working at a
Yes.
at a fast food restaurant, and
Yeah.
it's so weird.
There's that entire genre that came out of like weirdly gross kid shows.
That was like all throughout the 90s, and then like it sprayed a
Ren
little
and
into the
Stimpy,
2000s.
Cat
Yeah.
Dog. What else? What else is
It was
there?
like all the stuff
Courage.
on Adult Swim. That's like,
Yeah.
I guess that also made Adult Swim what it is now. Is all those weird cartoons from the 90s and like early 2000s that like cursed our brains and made us like horny for
Waking
Lola
up in,
Bunny and like
Waking up.
Oh,
at,
right, so it was the fucking millennials' fault that the Gen Z is fucked up, because the millennials were watching like fucking shit, and then we
Like,
fell in love with Lola Bunny.
it would be like
Yeah.
the generation before that, just like drawing it and just like
I see that
having
like,
all those drugs in
that
their
goes
system,
back to
saying this is fine.
there's a comic book artist called Robert Crumb. He drew there's an animated one of the first R-rated animated movies. I don't know why I remember this, called Fritz the Cat. And it's about a cat that's like doing mad drugs and having sex and like protesting the Vietnam War in the 70s. Some crazy. Yeah, it's some crazy. But like that's kind of where like adult animation started in a sense, because like before people thought movies were like cartoons were for kids, and that kind of showcased. I think that movie's on YouTube. I might be wrong. It's either on that or Prime Video. It's definitely worth a watch. It's kind of
How long is it?
I think it's like an hour 30 or something like that.
Jesus, that's a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah, it's a really weird movie. Why do I remember this? Because I know why I remember this, because there's a Paul Giamatti movie called American Splendor that I like a lot, where he plays a comic book artist. And it was in a documentary I saw a long time ago. And they cited that movie as like kind of the starting point for comic book movies, but that's a whole nother topic. But
What
yeah,
what was that Brendan Fraser movie, Monkey Bone?
George
Y'all
of the
seen
Jungle?
Monkey Bone? No, where
No.
like Brendan Fraser like goes insane while he's creating his cartoon character Monkey Bone.
No,
I've never
And it's like
seen
this claymation movie with Whoopi Goldberg
no.
from like the late 90s.
Are you sure this isn't a fever dream?
No,
Of
no,
yours?
it's real. It's real. I saw it. It's on HBO Max right now. I'm like, oh,
Real.
Monkey Bone. I remember that.
I might have to look into that.
You
Yeah,
have
that's
a
by
whole
Henry
like
Selick.
list of things.
Yeah,
do.
I feel really unprepared because I'm
I
kinda
watched literally Disney movies. Now that's a list.
Disney Channel
For what?
originals.
A lot of bad
Oh.
Disney movies that you really attach to.
Disney Channel original movies like
I'm
Minutemen.
really attached to Minutemen.
I remember
I watched that movie so many times.
I used to stay up and watch because Disney, they used to get hype, like Disney Channel original movie. I used to stay up for the premiere and watch like Halloween Town and Hocus Pocus and whatnot. Those movies slap, by the way.
Bro, the lore in those movies sometimes went crazy.
I remember I remember I used to have High School Musical 2 on DVD.
Oh, the best movie of all time.
Right. That is the best High
I
School
love that
Musical.
movie. I used to
No, it's
know
the best
like
movie of all time.
all the songs by heart, and like I don't I see like I don't know, maybe this is my perspective being a kid. Like you couldn't, as a guy in like elementary school, you couldn't like High School Musical, so I had to
Oh,
keep
you
that on
cannot.
had to keep that on the low. Like, yeah, I like High School Musical, but I'm not out here singing it. But it's some slaps. I'm glad to see the High School Musical renaissance. They have like a Disney Plus show that I'm not gonna watch, but
Me neither. I'm sure it's bad.
yeah, I'll pass on that. Remember Sky High?
Yes.
Oh,
And like
dear to my heart.
Bruce Campbell plays the gym teacher in that movie.
Hero, sidekick. I remember that
Yes.
vividly.
I think I'm pretty sure Kurt Russell is in that
He was
movie. Or
he was the
somebody.
dad.
Yeah, he was the
Yeah.
superhero dad. Yeah.
He was really
Yep.
buff, and his mom could fly.
Nice.
It has, is it Mary Kate Winslet? Isn't it?
I have no idea. I don't know.
She's in everything. She was in Final Destination 3.
They need to another guilty pleasure movie of mine as a kid.
Winstead.
Mary Elizabeth
Mary
Winstead.
Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
is in that movie. Holy damn, my simping continues. That's where it started, I guess.
Yeah, that movie also probably defined some parts of me. Like as you said, Space Jam earlier.
Let's see.
That like when I look back, it's like, oh,
We should have a whole episode of just movie crushes that have defined your
let's not.
childhood. Why
That
not?
defined our childhood. Okay, good choice.
Because
You had
Scott
me nervous
Pilgrim
there for a second.
Scott Pilgrim did some things to me as a 12-year-old that I'm not going to get into. But yeah.
I don't want to know.
Yeah. But back to Sky High on the other hand. That's a slapper. That's a slapper right there.
I
Glow in the
remember
dark.
everybody being unbelievably horny for the Jonas Brothers when Camp Rock came out. And you had to have a famous Jonas Brother, or you had to have a favorite Jonas Brother, and then there was like, I always think of it like as like the forbidden Jonas Brother, the younger one, Frankie, because like he's never like really seen, you know?
Yeah. That is true. I wonder what
Aw.
he's up to. Remember the
An actor.
speaking of like teen pop bands from the 2000s.
Big
remember
Time
the,
Rush?
remember the Naked Brothers band?
Naked Brothers Band? Fuck
Yes. That
Yeah, I
show-
do.
That guy was in the younger one was in what's that movie? Hereditary. He's one of the
Yes.
Naked Brothers.
Shit. Oh shit. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Wait, Alex Wolf?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Wow,
Right.
this just changed my whole perspective on this now. Damn. The
We went
Naked
from
Brothers,
Naked Brothers to Hereditary.
I used
That's a
to-
pretty big jump. I think if I were to be like an actress, I would enjoy like a career jump like that. Like I would like to be in like Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2, and then I would like to be in
yes. Being a Paul Thomas
Have you
Anderson
tried-
movie.
Yeah.
right.
Another guilty pleasure movie of mine. You know, like when Robert Rodriguez was making all those kids movies like Shark Boy
Oh.
and Lava Girl and Spy
I guess
Kid.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
That
That is a cursed movie.
when you think about it, when I try to, my cousin loves that movie. I have no idea why. Like that,
That's good.
my cousin, he does not watch movies, but my aunt told me like he's watched Shark Boy and Lava Girl like 8 times, and I'm like, it's just something appealing about that movie. It's hard to explain. Like it's just I'm pretty sure the plot is like the kid is like depressed or something, and he's in school and like a tornado comes through, and now he's in like a different world or whatever.
I think
Well, he's got his dreams in his dream journal,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like, is his name Kevin? Like the bully named Kevin, or am I just like assuming that every bully is
I think
named
you're
Kevin?
just assuming.
I feel like that's every like 90s to 2000s kid bully name. Like,
But the bully in that movie, oh my god, he's a perfect casting choice. He's so over dramatic.
They have George Lopez as the teacher.
Wasn't that movie like Robert Rodriguez's kid had a dream about it and he promised to make it a movie for him?
I think so. We need Spy Kids 5. Come on.
No.
Yes.
Why not?
Have you seen Spy Kids 4?
No, I actually haven't. I don't
We don't speak about that one. That one is not good.
Spy Kids 3 is already.
Spy Kids 3 is.
That one's a fever dream.
That's cinema right there.
Yeah, I think for a while Robert Rodriguez was just having fever dreams.
But see, like the thing with Robert Rodriguez, like especially those kids movies, because I found this out like a few months ago. He was like doing all the on those movies, like he was editing them, he was the cinematographer on them, he was writing them, he was directing them, and like honestly, it's kind of just like, hey, bro, you got your own production company, do whatever the you want. It's kind of like the Adam Sandler thing.
I was just about to say,
like he's just kind of doing whatever. And listen, Spy Kids original trilogy, we don't count the fourth one. I don't know what that is, but Spy Kids 1 through 3. I tried to watch the first one, and that movie kind of freaks me out. Like the thumb people, that is very creepy when you think about it nowadays.
I also want to say that Robert Rodriguez, the same guy who made Spy Kids and Shark Boy and Lava Girl, made a movie that he thinks is too complex that it won't be released for another 100 years with John Malkovich as the star.
Oh yeah, that's the movie, the like environmental.
Yeah, 100 years. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to save the planet, you'll be able to see this movie. Watch it be like a 2-minute clip. Like, damn, you made it. Good job.
Somebody ring the dingster.
Like,
oh god, imagine if I live to be 100 and that comes out and like,
wow, that would be a moment right there. That would be a moment. Spy Kids slaps. They need to bring that. I miss like those dumb kids movies. Like, I feel like nowadays, I don't think they're willing to take risks like
animated
that.
Disney, or you have like the kid movie genre has really kind of shrunk.
They took out the drugs and then make it a lot safer.
Right.
Yeah, it's not as fun as it used to be.
Speaking of things being safer, I was watching the original Muppet Show because it's just now on Disney Plus, and they have put so many warnings at the beginning of that show where they're just like, "Hey, we make some really culturally inappropriate jokes in here." So like, but I was also watching Aladdin, like the original animated Aladdin, and they had that warning in front of Aladdin, and I was like,
I never saw that movie as well. I'm not a member of that group, so I guess it's not really my place to speak on it. But yeah,
I just thought it was interesting.
I think
like,
they,
you know what, like,
I think Disney is doing that because like so many like, especially when you watch older movies, there's so much problematic in them that might like comes out of nowhere sometimes. You'll be like, damn, ooh, that has not aged well. So I guess they're just trying to be kind of ahead of the curve a little bit. So
yeah, no, I think that like it's something that needs to be done, but it just reminded me when we're saying that it's becoming like a safer, tighter network that like even like all the old content that we used to watch like is being kind of redefined.
I wish kids movies nowadays would go kind of crazy like they used to back then.
You just like set your kid out with an iPad and put them on YouTube and they can watch like whatever the they want.
I think that's probably why I enjoyed the Tom and Jerry movie, honestly, because it brought me back to that time period where it's like kids movies are just like throw at the wall, see what sticks. we don't really care. Just have fun. And everybody looked like they were having so much fun in that movie. Michael Pena plays the villain character, which I think is a
He's a villain?
miscast. Yeah, he's like a bad guy. I think that's a
Hard.
miscast a little bit. I was like,
That-
they should have got somebody like, rest in peace to the goat, like Alan Rickman or somebody. Like they should have got somebody like him to play the villain. Well, he's
Tim
not alive
Curry?
anymore.
Or like,
Yeah, like they needed somebody who can like be kind of snooty. Like it's hard for me to believe Michael Pena is like a bad like a
the most laid back dude.
hotel guy. Like, yeah, it's hard for me to believe. I feel like they should have got somebody else. Like, I don't know. I can't think of many actors off the top of my head except for like actors that are no longer alive. But yeah, I wish Alan Rickman was alive so he could have been in the Tom and Jerry movie. Or please,
That's a quote.
Please.
Yeah, I would
That's
like
a
that one on a
quote.
t-shirt.
1080C podcast merch.
Dropping win?
Alan Rickman.
I don't even know how that would work, to be honest. I feel like
I
we'd
would
have
like
to-
a big like cutout of your face with that just like a top text bottom text meme with your face like in the middle.
that could work. I don't know how compensation would work. Do we have to compensate SGTV?
Residuals. Yeah.
I
Nah.
technically don't think we're allowed to make any money.
Oh damn, hating. Well,
Just don't tell anyone. Say
that
it's
is
fan
true.
made.
Allegedly.
We're our only fans, so like it works.
My dad
Your dad can do it.
listens.
I'm so glad my parents or my dad is not like, yo, send me the link.
He doesn't even ask me to send him the link. He literally like
He just finds it.
He just
yeah,
the
he looks like
notification.
dude, I don't know. Maybe. But
He's
like this man
subscribed in the sub box.
yeah, dog.
New episode.
Do y'all remember Stuart Little?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Imagine getting out adopted by a mouse.
But he could like fly a plane and like drive a car.
That's a
I mean,
pretty cool
It's like
ass
the
mouse,
Airbuds
though.
situation.
Yeah.
And he sounds
Imagine
like
getting out dunked by a dog and out adopted by a mouse.
there has to be some connected universe.
I always forget about the kid in that movie. That's
He's so
in
cute.
Stuart Little.
He's in that Tom Cruise movie.
Oh,
Oh yes,
Cuba
that
Gooding,
one.
Cuba Gooding Jr. won an Oscar for it. What's it called? Show Me the Money. You know,
oh, Jerry Maguire.
Gary Maguire. Yeah, he's the kid in
I
that.
like that movie. It's a good movie.
Bro, I need to learn names. This is hard.
I
I can't just keep saying, "Oh,
yeah.
that thing." What was that that super weird movie about two guys trying to like kill a rat, and it's like live action?
Mouse Hunt. Mouse Hunt.
Is that what it's called?
Yes, I would remember that
That-
because I had it on VHS as a kid. Yes,
That movie is so weird.
it's like
was
it's like
very
Home
confused.
Alone with like a rat in it.
Yeah. And it like, I don't remember if my child brain just like filtered the cinema to where it like had really good cinematography for some reason. And just like had these insane shots.
That's a common theme. Like really like weird kids movies in 2000 had some great cinematography. Like The Cat in the Hat, like it's got some really nice framing and lighting and whatnot.
It's
Like,
because like they're doing so many drugs that they're like, yeah, okay, we'll do this with the camera, and then it looks good.
Or
Who did
like,
the cinematography of The Cat in the Hat? He did something else. Like
Emmanuel Lubezki, who did the work on some like real art movies like Birdman and Terrence Malick movies.
yeah. Because that movie like
Another
is
movie
too pretty.
Another movie that looks really good, that like Batman Forever has some really nice set design. Like everything looks so huge in the movie, and I'm like, damn, no wonder this movie sticks out so much because everything looks so good and expensive. Like, who gives the movie's not that great?
It's just so weird.
You guys ever watch the I know I forget the name of the animation company, but like they make Wallace and Gromit and whatnot.
Yes.
Yes.
Shaun the Sheep. Hell,
Yeah, and like Flushed
yeah.
Away. Yeah, those movies.
Flushed Away is a very good one.
I like that movie a lot. I had it on DVD when I was a kid. I remember.
I've heard a lot of people are attracted to the mouse in that movie.
No.
Like
I've
heard
I've had
multiple girls,
but
yeah.
I think there's a joke I saw on Twitter, and it was like I might have to say this off cam. I might just have to say it later. I'll save that joke. Actually, you know, it's a good movie though. I like.
Dude,
We need
it's
more.
Hugh Jackman. I love him.
We need more claymation movies. Now that
They made a
It's
Shaun the
just-
Sheep like 4 years ago.
there's like Isle of Dogs is stop motion, so. But
Yeah, the last like, what is that one? Box Trolls. Anybody see that one?
mm-mm. I know they made a
I know what you're
Bigfoot
talking-
movie with
Yeah,
a
the-
rock that's stop motion.
What's it called? No, that one's the Search or something. It's got like Hugh Grant. No, there's the pirate one with Hugh Grant. I remember that.
Yeah, it's all made by Lockita? Locka?
Is that the name of the animation company?
Yeah.
Stop motion is some really hard to do. Now that I think about it.
I know, and that's what like makes it so like
Yeah,
What was
like
that,
it's
Pingu?
different.
Do y'all remember Pingu?
Missing Link is the
Missing-
other
Oh
one.
yeah, Missing Link. Yeah, there we go.
They did Coraline, Paranorman. Paranorman was really good.
Frankenweenie is a. I don't
Oh.
know why I remember that movie. I think that's made by
Frankenweenie-
Tim Burton.
It is, yeah.
I
What's that
remember
one
that.
with the samurai?
Oh, I was literally just looking at it.
I want to say Cujo, but
Kubo.
no, Kubo.
Kubo. That's
Cujo's
on,
a different-
Kubo
Netflix.
and the Two Strings.
What else? What other stop motion movies have I seen that I really like? I can't think of any off the top of my head, unfortunately. But stop motion is always cool. There's so many good ones. I feel like they don't make that many of them because it takes so long to make one.
I think 3D animation took over. And just
This
Yeah.
is unfortunate. Like, like you get stuff like Illumination, which is kind of like. I'm not gonna on the animators because I know they do a lot of hard work, but like the writing is really, you can tell like they don't really give it. Like,
Right, it's a cash grab.
or like Secret Life of Pets too. My mom likes that
Yeah.
movie.
They
I don't
have,
know
like,
why.
Illumination like halves the budget of like Pixar or DreamWorks. They do like 50 million budget for their animation, so it looks like
Yeah, they used to be like. That just reminded me. I don't know if this is I think this is DreamWorks. Monsters versus Aliens. That's one of my guilty
That's a
pleasure.
That is a good guilty pleasure.
I don't.
That
That
is
one
a fucking slapper. I love.
I did
that
not like
movie.
that one as a kid.
I think
I
I
love
had.
that one.
I think back when they used to give out. Well, they still give out Happy Meal toys. Me and my little brother.
You had the mother. Yeah.
Yeah, I had.
They
I
did
had
have
one
the
of
best
the.
Happy Meal toys.
I had like. I think my brother. We had like the tall woman or whatever, and then I had the like little goo, like character
Yeah.
or whatever.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like. I kind of want to watch that movie. now.
Oh my
Oh,
god, dude. It's that one and then like Megamind, bro.
Bro,
Those are like,
Megamind,
Megamind
It's like
slaps.
iconic. That's
It's
probably
a slapper.
one of the best animated movies. Not
It's one of the good Will Ferrell movies. One of the good ones.
it's got like what Jonah Hill, Brad Pitt.
Yeah, the cast is really stacked for that movie. Now that I think about it, like I feel like that's kind of what they do with anime. I think that kind of started the formula a little bit, like Shrek and whatnot. Like it started the formula. We're just gonna get as many big names as we can in this movie. Who gives the movie's not that good? Kids are gonna come see it anyway because of like cartoons and
Yeah.
But
Parents will see it because of the big names. And
I've always wanted
Yeah.
to make an animated movie. But
I
that's
think
just
I'd
really
shoot
hard
myself.
to do.
Yeah, because it's so difficult.
But I like the aspect that you can kind of do anything with it at the same time. Like you can kind of just go
It
crazy.
just takes so long.
It's
I
really
remember
okay.
having to do animation for my portfolio for art school, and I just like wanted to die.
Yeah, that's why you need drugs. A lot of them.
I have
That's what I've
Yeah.
learned from Terry Gilliam. Whenever people talk about him, it's just like you just have to be complete chaos and just do everything.
Terry Gilliam, his movie plots. He was definitely on like Brazil. Like who the comes up with that kind of? Are 12 Monkeys just like?
Yeah, he did all the animation for Monty Python, and it's just like
Animation is it's some cool. It's some cool. I have friends that are animators. They say it's so nerve wracking, and I believe it. When I hate editing sometimes because it's so irritating. I could not imagine sitting at a computer trying to get like a figure to move a certain way for hours on end and having to fine tune it. You know, so I definitely I feel their pain a little bit, but
I know in the claymation, there's like you can see the faces of all Pingu, the penguin. Like there's all the facial expression they have on a wall to pick, so like they can like
stop
speed run it.
motion and claymation. I see Wes Anderson is lucky because he doesn't really have to be on set. He just like he's on like a Zoom call, like telling them what to do while they sit there and individually move each piece of the figure. And I could not imagine having to sit there and do it and change each facial expression. No, that that sounds
Imagine-
Yeah,
annoying.
but then you see the end result, and
Yeah.
you're
It's probably
But, like-
it's probably really fulfilling though.
But
you
like
know?
imagine doing that and then seeing all the places they cut, like all the scenes that you took hours to animate, they just cut them out.
I would just be
all that
like,
time.
don't show me what you cut out of the movie. Just show me the final cut. Don't show me what you cut out. But yeah, that's I think we rounded out some pretty good guilty pleasure movies here. Trying to make sure
and
this
some
doesn't.
more.
Yeah, and we talked about
Animation. And
yeah,
just
animation.
childhood, I guess. Things from our childhoods that
I
probably
think guilty pleasure just kind of combines in the childhood
With
'cause-
like right, because like nostalgia kind of puts like a little bit of wool over the eyes on some of the movies.
Yeah, definitely. But of course, we have our bi-weekly segment where we recommend something. So, whoever wants to go first, or I can go first, doesn't really matter.
I can go first.
Okay.
I would if you like horror and comedy and you just like insane movies, watch Blood Diner. It's about these two cannibals that run a vegan sandwich shop in the 80s and how they're trying to they use their dead uncle who has like a brain and then eyes in a jar. They have to build a woman out of body parts from other women they collect around the city. And it's the most insane movie. Like there's people doing karate. Like there's something happening every scene. They fight Hitler as a wrestling match. And then there's the Hitler band. And like, I can't describe it very well, but like it just keeps going up and level and it's intense.
Sounds like quite an experience, if I do say so myself. I guess I have another movie to recommend. I watched on Hulu Nomadland, the Chloe Zhao movie with Frances McDormand. It's pretty good. It's really good. It's kind of like a slow artsy type of movie. It's a little bit exploitive of the poor and disenfranchised, but it was still pretty good. I liked it. So, it was fun. I would recommend that. It's got some really nice cinematography. Like there's some really nice shots in it. So I definitely recommend it.
I was trying to think while you guys were speaking. I'm gonna recommend. Oh, I rewatched Her the other day. If you haven't seen it, please do. It's just a really good movie.
Yeah, if you want to.
Chris Pratt's in it. Is it funny?
Yeah, it's very funny. It's one of the funniest movies to come out ever.
Yeah, if you want to. I think that movie gave me kind of an existential crisis a little bit.
It made me cry.
Me too. It made me cry.
Made me uncomfortable. Have y'all seen Being John Malkovich?
Yes, I have that
The
on
other Spike
Blu-ray.
Jonze movie? Yeah.
I have that on Blu-ray. That's a very good movie. But all right, so this has been episode 3 of the 1080C podcast. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And until then, adios.